2024 is shaping up to be an incredible year for single-player games with titles across genres and styles that promise unforgettable adventures. I am talking about epic RPGs, bone-chilling horror, and action-packed adventures that will leave a lasting impression. So today let me show you 15 single-player games of 2024 you must play if you haven't yet. Let's kick off with Banishers Ghosts of New Eden, developed by Don't Nod. This isn't your typical ghost story. Set in 17th century North America, it tells the tale of a couple who are both lovers and ghost hunters. The two protagonists, Antea and Red, find themselves torn between their duty to banish spirits and their desire to stay together. What's unique here is the dynamic between the characters. Antea is a spirit and Red is human, which leads to some incredibly creative gameplay mechanics. You'll switch between them to utilize their different powers, whether it's Red's combat prowess or Antea's supernatural abilities to uncover hidden clues and pass through barriers. Not only does this blend of action and exploration keep the gameplay fresh, but it also challenges you emotionally. The decisions you make will affect the fate of New Eden's restless spirits and the couple's relationship. So if you love story-driven RPGs with a deep emotional core, Banishers will hit all the right notes.
Change targets. Tormented first.
Not strong enough.
It's on you. Oh, they do enjoy it.
Next up is Black Myth: Wukong, a game that's redefining what an action RPG can look like. Inspired by the classic Chinese tale Journey to the West, this game lets you experience the legend of the Monkey King, also known as Sun Wukong. From the jaw-dropping visuals to the intense tactical combat, this game oozes with quality. The combat in Black Myth is challenging and rewarding with an intricate system that lets you switch between different magical forms and powers. You'll face off against colossal enemies from Chinese folklore, each with unique attacks and weaknesses. Beyond combat, the game offers a rich atmospheric world filled with mysteries, side quests, and hidden lore. This game is perfect for those who crave a mix of stunning graphics, mythological storytelling, and Dark Souls-level difficulty. Dragon's Dogma 2 has arrived, and fans of the original will be delighted with how much Capcom has expanded on the game's core features. This RPG takes place in a beautifully crafted open world that encourages exploration. One of the most exciting aspects is the pawn system, where you create a companion that learns from your playstyle and adapts to your combat techniques. You can also recruit pawns from other players, making each playthrough unique. The game's world is teeming with fantasy creatures like dragons, cyclopes, and griffins, and the combat feels visceral as you scale these giants and deliver critical strikes. Capcom has promised a deeper narrative with choices that will impact the storyline and your relationships with NPCs. Whether you're diving into dungeons, fighting alongside your pawns, or simply exploring the breathtaking landscapes, Dragon's Dogma 2 is an RPG that every fantasy lover should experience.
The fire must be put out or our comrades die. I cannot fall to Farron.
Focus. The battle continues.
Well said.
Shadow of the Erdtree is a fully fledged expansion that breathes new life into the already captivating world of Elden Ring. Imagine a place obscured by the mighty Erdtree where the goddess Marika first set foot. It's a land steeped in secrets, purged by an unsung battle and set ablaze by Messmer's flame. Our guide through this shadowy realm is none other than Empyrean Miquella. He's divested himself of flesh-strength lineage, everything golden. Brace yourself for 70 new weapons, 10 shields, 39 talismans, and 14 sorceries. Discover 28 new incantations and collect 20 spirit ashes and 25 ashes of war. You can see fresh mechanics, quests, storylines, bosses, and enemy types, and a new combat damage mechanic to keep you on your toes. Enshrouded combines survival mechanics with RPG elements in a mysterious world overshadowed by dark forces. Picture a vast open environment that's half fantasy, half horror. You'll need to gather resources, craft gear, and build shelter to withstand the dangers lurking in the shadows. As you explore, you'll discover ruins filled with lore uncovering the history of a fallen civilization and the secrets of an ancient curse. What sets Enshrouded apart is its mix of survival gameplay with a rich RPG system. You can choose from multiple skill trees, customize your playstyle, and unlock abilities that make combat and exploration more dynamic. If you're a fan of survival games but want a deeper narrative and RPG experience, Enshrouded offers an intense and rewarding journey. Square Enix has done it again with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the second part of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy. This installment expands on the iconic story, taking players beyond the confines of Midgar into a vast, vibrant world. Fans of the original will recognize some familiar story beats, but Rebirth is more than just a retelling. It adds new characters, side quests, and yes, new plot twists. The combat system has also been refined, allowing for more synergy between characters and new abilities that make battles even more engaging. If you're a fan of JRPGs, get ready for an emotional and visually stunning experience that reimagines one of gaming's most beloved stories. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a love letter to fans and a fantastic entry point for newcomers. Indika is one of the year's most unique releases, a narrative-driven adventure set in early 20th century Russia. It's a haunting game that dives into themes of mysticism, existential dread, and the surreal. You play as a young girl grappling with her identity and fate in a deeply atmospheric world that blends realism with supernatural elements. The art style is painterly and immersive, pulling you into the game's eerie landscapes and dilapidated villages. This is more of a slow burn than a high-action experience. It's for those who appreciate games that make you think and feel long after you put down the controller.
Just a dog. Calm down.
I hate that. Hurry up.
Quiet, little doggy. We won't hurt you.
You crazy. Run.
Nine Sols is a stylish 2D action platformer with roots in Eastern mythology. It's the tale of a hero who returns to a ruined dystopian city seeking revenge against ancient beings known as the Nine Souls. The game combines fast-paced combat with a story rich in lore, giving players both a visual and emotional journey. You'll encounter tough enemies that require strategy and precision to defeat. With a stunning hand-drawn art style and challenging gameplay, Nine Sols appeals to fans of indie games and action platformers alike. Imagine a survival horror road trip and you'll get Pacific Drive. Set in the Pacific Northwest, you're driving through a dangerous, anomaly-filled landscape. The unique part is that your car is both your only means of survival and your main character. You'll need to repair, upgrade, and maintain it while managing resources and facing supernatural threats. Each journey through the hazardous terrain is different with randomized events that make every drive unpredictable. It's a fresh take on the survival genre, blending roguelike mechanics with a chilling atmosphere. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown reboots the classic franchise with a fresh approach. It brings back the fast acrobatic gameplay that fans love, enhanced by new combat moves and time-manipulating powers. The world is vibrant, colorful, and filled with deadly traps, enemies, and puzzles that will keep you on your toes. This game is a tribute to the Prince of Persia legacy while introducing new elements for modern players. If you love the originals, this new entry will feel like both a nostalgic trip and a fresh experience.
Anahita.
Now let's talk about Rise of the Ronin, a game set in 19th century Japan during a period of intense transformation. You play as a Ronin, a warrior without a master, caught in the clash between the old samurai ways and the new Western influences. Developed by Team Ninja, the game offers both a stunning open world and complex moral choices that shape your journey. The world is rich with historical details from traditional towns to modernized ports, immersing you in a time when Japan's identity was in turmoil. The combat is deep and rewarding, blending traditional katana and martial arts with early firearms for unique tactical options. As you progress, you'll encounter historical figures and make decisions that influence the fate of the nation. If you've ever dreamed of stepping into the role of a wandering samurai with full freedom of choice, Rise of the Ronin is definitely the game to watch this year.
They're only using it! Why can't you see this?
Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 is poised to push the boundaries of psychological horror and storytelling. In this sequel, you continue the journey of Senua, a warrior plagued by intense psychosis. The game dives deep into mental health themes, using advanced sound design and visual effects to immerse players in her inner battles. You'll feel her anguish, her courage, and her desperation as she confronts both physical enemies and psychological horrors. Developed by Ninja Theory, Hellblade 2 boasts an incredible attention to detail. Every motion, every sound, and every visual is designed to bring Senua's world and her mind to life in a way that is haunting and beautiful. This game's deep story-driven experience promises to make it a unique standout in 2024. For those who appreciate games that explore complex dark themes, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 is not just a game but an emotional journey you won't soon forget.
Chase me! Run!
Silent Hill 2 Remake brings back one of the most iconic psychological horror games ever created, fully reimagined for modern audiences. You step into the shoes of James Sunderland, a man who travels to the eerie town of Silent Hill after receiving a letter from his deceased wife. As he searches for answers, he's forced to confront his inner demons and some truly terrifying creatures. The remake enhances the original's unsettling atmosphere with updated visuals, sound, and controls, making every foggy street corner and decaying building more haunting than ever. But what makes Silent Hill 2 special isn't just its scares, it's the way it dives into the psyche of its characters, challenging players with a story that's as introspective as it is frightening. For both longtime fans and newcomers, this game offers a chance to experience Silent Hill's haunting world like never before. Stellar Blade brings high-octane action to a sci-fi world teetering on the edge of destruction. Developed by Shift Up, this game follows the journey of Eve, a warrior with a mission to protect Earth from a mysterious alien force. The world of Stellar Blade is visually stunning with futuristic cities and alien landscapes that bring a fresh aesthetic to the action-adventure genre. The combat is fast, fluid, and unforgiving, with a mix of melee and ranged attacks that require skillful timing and strategy. You'll need to adapt to enemies' moves, manage resources, and take advantage of Eve's special abilities to survive. What makes Stellar Blade unique is its emphasis on style. Every movement and attack is designed to feel impactful and cinematic. If you're into sci-fi action games with breathtaking visuals and intense gameplay, Stellar Blade will keep you on the edge of your seat. Lastly, Still Wakes the Deep is a horror game with a refreshing twist. Set on an offshore oil rig in the North Sea, this first-person experience traps players in one of the most isolated and terrifying locations imaginable. As a worker on the rig, you're faced with unknown horrors that begin to emerge after an accident cuts off all contact with the outside world. What makes Still Wakes the Deep stand out is its approach to horror. Rather than relying on monsters and jump scares, it builds tension through the environment and the sheer isolation of the setting. Dark claustrophobic corridors, the sounds of the ocean crashing around you, and the knowledge that there's no escape make this a psychological horror masterpiece in the making. It's for players who love an immersive experience where the setting itself is just as much a character as the protagonist. For those who enjoy atmospheric horror, Still Wakes the Deep will deliver an unforgettable experience. And there you have it, the top 10 single-player games of 2024 you absolutely must play. So which game are you most excited to dive into? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.